Hey guys, it's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm bringing you some great gameplay here from Halo Spartan Ops. And the game, we're not going to talk about the gameplay at all, so hope you guys can enjoy it. I was feeling pretty good about this. This is Legendary Spartan Ops Sniper Alley 2. I'm working on doing the entire Spartan Ops just to go for the achievement hunting. It's been a while since I achievement hunted, dude, and I kind of forgot how cool achievement hunting actually is. But we're not going to talk about that either. But I want to talk about stupid dreams. I had a doozy this morning. Well, it was one of those that you kind of want to go back to sleep for because you just want to know what the end of the story was like. I had a dream that I had a different girlfriend, some girl I've never met before. But we went over to a friend's house, and her friend, as soon as we got there, she wanted to go shooting. And they lived like 45 minutes away from us for some reason. And I'm like, I didn't bring any of my weapons. And they're like, oh, that's so fine. Well, you go get you some. So, basically, I get back in the truck, and we drive back to the house to pick up some of the weapons to go shooting with. You know, and the girlfriend's all about going shooting. Like, she actually had planned it, and she had, like, forgot to tell me about, oh, we're going to go shooting. So I get there, I get back, and I leave the truck running, and I go in to actually grab a couple weapons. And I didn't plan on it being long, you know. One would be a pistol just at the transfer, and figured I'd grab a rifle or two. And when I got back out, the truck was missing. Like, it literally, like, the bitch stole the truck. I don't know why I had this. And like, the rest of the dream I spent trying to figure out why someone stole the truck. I figured out that she had a history of stealing trucks. And it's kind of like I remember seeing a story on one of the women networks where basically this girl would marry a soldier that was on leave and like suck all his money up when he gets deployed again, and then leave him and then change her name and go do it again, and basically lie to him over and over and over again. And for some reason that reminded me of this, and I kind of played that into my brain. I guess I kept it stored somewhere. I'm like, but I don't know. It was strange that I was having this dream, and I don't even know why I was having this dream. Is it an underlying fear that somebody's going to steal my shit? We've had one vehicle, well, two technically, ever stolen from us, and the second one was actually a breach of trust. And let me go ahead and apologize. My voice is going to be a little nasally. So I just woke up, and I have really bad sinuses when I wake up. But with my experience with dreams, that the biggest thing is they always seem to be something that I fear a lot, or something I don't want to do. Like when I used to work at MetGlass, I would actually, God, these are the worst dreams to have. To be perfectly honest, I hated having these dreams, and I would actually dream about going to work, and then like, it felt like I was there for like 4 hours, and then all of a sudden, it was time to go to work. That is the worst dream ever. It makes a 8-hour or 12-hour day into a 16-hour day because you feel tired. Your brain's mentally been there. And it's like, oh my Lord, not again. And there was like a week I had this dream every damn night. I would go to bed thinking about, man, I don't want to go to work tomorrow. And I'd go to sleep, and I'd be dreaming that I went to work, and then only to wake up to go to work. And God, man, it sounds as bullshit as it actually was. Those are horrible dreams. What's some other bad dreams I had reoccurring? Here's the cougar dream, which that one didn't actually pan out. I mean, for a small part in my life, I actually believed that humans had some kind of clairvoyance in this, and the main reason for this was I had a reoccurring dream, and the reoccurring dream was I was going to die on my 23rd birthday, and I was in a old like '93 Ford Explorer, and we were coming back into town for my birthday, and we ended up getting, no, actually I was in an old 2003 Cougar, and yeah, 2003 Mercury Cougar, black Mercury Cougar, and we get T-boned by a 93 Ford Explorer at a four-way stop. And I had that dream often. I don't know what that dream meant. I mean, if it meant anything. It may be just my brain keeping itself occupied. But That's another reoccurring dream. But every reoccurring dream I ever had was just something I didn't want to be at. Most of them were at work. I always hated going. And going to work. Going to work sucks. It does. I mean, anybody tell you that work's good for you? Lied to you. I mean, Brooke actually said that to me the other day. Brooke's like, my daddy used to tell me, John, hard work never did anybody wrong. Hard work is good for you. And he goes, then my daddy, when he was about 72 and his hands are all crumpled up with arthritis, he goes, John, I might have misled you. Hard work sucks. Oh, man. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with people that enjoy going to work, but, you know, I enjoy getting out the house and going to work, too. I enjoy getting out the house and doing different things. I enjoy the pursuit of money and happiness. I enjoy that part of life, but what I don't enjoy is I don't enjoy, you know, having bosses that are just tyrants. Like, you know, those people that get pushed around by their wives at home. So they come here and they lord over you over and over again because their life amounted to nothing outside of their, you know, mediocre over their mediocre career choices that happen to get them like a mid-level management job. Who knows? But that kind of reminds me of that chick we called from Toys R Us that wanted to be a bitch. I still get flagged for that. But I don't know. What's some of the worst dreams you guys had? I don't know. I just had to share this with you. Thank you for watching my video. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption. If you could leave a like rating, it helps. Thank you. Also, what do you guys think about the Spartan Ops? Could I start doing this, doing commentary over backdrops? Let me know. And also let me know who sees the end of the video. Thank you. Why, hello, everybody. It's your boy Wings of Redemption. And I want to talk about being bad at video games. I've touched on the subject a few times before, and I want to go ahead and clarify that people have this obscure vision of what bad at video games is. The gameplay I'm using is actually a generic free-for-all gameplay that I normally would play, and this is how I would play if no YouTube was even present. This is how I would play. This is how I played before YouTube. Granted, I have this thing that people want to call me a camper. Well, yeah, I do camp when I need to camp. And when people call me a camper, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't even bother me. You know why? That's like calling somebody, you know, an eater when they eat to live. I mean, I play every video game for one reason and one reason only. I play it, one, to win. And I play it, two, to enjoy myself. If I don't enjoy myself playing a certain style, I'm not going to play it. Does that make me a bad player instantly? Well, let's look at it this way. We live in a world called YouTube. Well, we're all in a world right now called YouTube. And when you're looking at this video, there's going to be somebody in the comment section that's going to be full of hate and full of rage. And the reason they're going to be that is because they have no consequences. There's nobody there to slap them on the back of the hand when they're basically being rude. They really wouldn't do this in front of you. I bet you money there. If I went to PAX East or somewhere, there would not be one person there that would actually care that I camped. Not one. You know why? Because the people that actually play video games don't look how you play the video game. They look at you why you play the video game. For example, I was playing Halo for one. I played Halo. I've been doing Halo Spartan Ops. I mean, obviously the video before this was a Halo Spartan Ops. And it kind of reminded me why I play video games. People that, you know, aren't the greatest can still be a very good asset in a video game when it's just there to be played. And are they bad players? No. No, they're not. Is the guy... Let's look at it this way. Baseball. Barry Bonds was a great baseball player. There's going to be people that say, oh, steroids, oh, blah, 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 blah. Fact is, the man's a great baseball player. He had a good eye. He could hit the ball. He could steal bases. Barry Bonds stole a lot of bases, too. He could field pretty good. I don't think he ever won a gold glove, but he might have. But he could field real well. He was a solid baseball player. So he would, in part, be the top of his tier. Barry Bonds is what you put pretty much a barometer of what a good baseball player could be. So let's say we have, I don't know, a kid named Chad. Chad is the best baseball player in his mite league. He has like a 289 batting average. He has 15 runs driven in. He has 6 7 doubles. Chad is obviously the best player on his team. In YouTube standards, Chad would be a noob because he does not meet up to Barry Bonds standards. For you on YouTube, when you put a gameplay up and it's not MLG Elite Optic Nade Shot, you're automatically considered a bad player. Chad is by no means a bad player. Chad is the best person on his team. Just because Chad is a big fish in a small pond does not mean he doesn't understand and be able to play the game of Call of Duty. What makes a good player is somebody that can understand what needs to be done when it needs to be done, and can understand and actually put itself in a position and even predict enemy movement. What doesn't make a good player, what doesn't make a bad player, is somebody who doesn't play your style. Just because somebody takes a different route to the same end doesn't mean they're any less of a person for it. What do you guys think? It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm Audi 5000.
Ordnance ready. Time remains. 3.
Welcome back, people. It's your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm bringing you some Halo gameplay here. We're not going to talk about Halo. I want to talk about this horrible situation I've been dealing with over the last week, which basically is the black bars of death. Well, the black bars, you might have noticed on my videos, well, some people are accusing me of not trying. Dude, I pride myself on having some of the best looking gaming videos on YouTube. There's very, very, very few people that has gaming videos looking as good as mine. I'm not trying to be cocky here. I mean, I'm just stating what I obviously think. I mean, I work hard, I put a lot of time into crafting my videos to look as good as they do. If you don't believe my videos look good, put it up to the highest setting you possibly can put it up to right now and check it out. But on the flip side of things, there's things that are out of my control. Well, YouTube, for one, is out of my control. Basically, I've been doing this almost 5 years now. And through that time, I've become very good at rendering videos. And to say that I messed up by putting an aspect ratio on wrong, I didn't, dude. I pretty much have a set standard. When I go into my video manager, I basically have 3 or 4 presets. I even have saved presets for different types of videos on my computer. I grab the preset, it's almost like copy paste. Boom, my color correction's there, my width on the video is there, my sharpness, my lighting, the whole 9 is there on that video. And I can tweak it from there. So the initial aspect ratio is going to be there because it's always been there. What YouTube has happened lately is YouTube kind of changed something and didn't tell anybody about it. If you make a file that's a Windows Media Video file, which is what I normally put in because Windows Media Video files, they process while you upload to YouTube, they upload faster, they're smaller files, and they look just as good. Well, YouTube is starting to have a lot of trouble with WMV files. So I had to switch them to MP4, which makes the upload a lot longer, and it takes a lot longer to process. So a video like this, which will normally take somewhere around, I don't know, maybe 25 minutes to upload, it's going to take like 2 hours to upload now because I'm rendering it MP4 just so I can get the aspect ratio right. I've looked through the files, I've changed things. I can't get Windows Media Video to work again, so I'm going back to MP4 specifically. I accidentally rendered yesterday's in Windows Media Video, and that's why it was like that while the previous 3 were not. So I guess that could have been a mistake on my part, but for the most part, even as a Windows Media file, it was rendered correctly. So it shouldn't have been in a 4.3 aspect ratio. As I say, there's nothing I can do about that kind of things. But it's kind of rude how people are like, this is why your channel is dying. No, it's not. My channel's not dying, first off. Second off, why my channel's not as popular as other people? I've been around forever. I'm on like season 5 of Friends, dude. I mean, people either, love me to death at this point or detest everything I do and I make them sick to their stomach. There is no changing at this point because everybody's had their chance to see me, and the people that like me are here. I mean, nothing lasts forever. It doesn't. And the fact is, I still get to play video games for a living. I might not make PewDiePie money, but I play video games for a living. And my channel's slowly having this epiphany that I can play any video game I want for a living. And that's something I've always wanted. I'm no longer tied down to Call of Duty. Like here, I'm putting Halo gameplay up for you. Not everybody's into Halo. I understand that. I'm not really into Halo. I'm actually going for a level 20 achievement because I've been playing a lot of. I've been trying to get the achievement whore and going up because I've been chasing my buddy Zord Base Commander around. And people always ask me, how do you get on your friends list? Well, I like to play odd games. If you like to play odd games, you're most likely going to be able to get on my friends list. Like, I had my buddy Standby the Hunted. I could find nobody to play the Hunted with me. I had to actually get somebody in my friends in real life to actually go buy a $10 game. Halo, I've been doing Spartan Ops. I'll be doing Halo Spartan Ops every morning for probably the next week because I'm actually trying to get one of those hard achievements on Halo 4 where you basically have to do all the Spartan Ops missions. So I've been trying to do that. I got a Bromageddon just the other day with Magmar. I plan on getting Bioshock Infinite here in a minute, so I'll probably be posting some Bioshock Infinite gameplay for you if you want to see that. I post Tomb Raider. I mean, I've been really enjoying video games again since I don't have to play Call of Duty specifically. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy Call of Duty. I do. When I say I hate Call of Duty, it's more of a spur-of-the-moment kind of thing. It's one of those moments where it's like, I hate Call of Duty, you make me so upset. But it's more of like, I'm tired of playing you Call of Duty right now. I need a break. Let's go and take a mutual break from you. And that's where I'm at with Call of Duty right now. I just need a break from it. Call of Duty is really frustrating if you're constantly in the period of like, I gotta play this shit again. And it just gets that way. And I mean, a lot of people forget how fun video games are. I've forgotten how fun video games are when you're not playing video games that you feel forced to play. So, here's to that. I haven't been messing up on my render times. I haven't, been trying to make videos meaninglessly for you. I don't know if you noticed, I've slowed my videos down. I try to keep videos up to make it relevant, but I try to post for content where I actually have something to talk about. See, I'm almost 7 minutes into this video, and it's flown wonderfully. And this is something I miss in my videos, the ability to flow wonderfully. One of the things I was known or renowned for was my commentary and how it flows so effortlessly. This is one take. Oh, how's the Killjoy? This is one take. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. This is really cool. This is a really cool game. I think I went 20-8 on this Team Slayer. Not playing the best people, but luckily for me, I'm not the best player, so it kind of worked out in my favor. I'm really enjoying Halo, especially the Spartan Ops. I really enjoyed the campaign. It was a little short. I was kind of disappointed in the Halo 4 campaign. Well, it felt long when I was learning the controls, but as soon as I learned the controls and I got used to it, God, the campaign's so short, dude. Like, I could pound out the entire campaign probably in like 3 hours with my buddy Magmar. It's ridiculous. I might do a Let's Play on it just to do it. But it's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. I really love this suppression rifle. I think it's called the Suppression Superion. I don't know what the fuck it's called. The light rifle that shoots, that's like the assault rifle. This one. Oh man, stupid melee. Look at this. He's out of ammo. I go into the battle full health and he one-shots me. Bullshit. It's been your boy, Wings of Redemption. If you could, please leave a like rating on this video. It helps tremendously. As always, I'm Audi5000. Tell me what you think. Tell me what games you'd like to see. Peace, people.
Next kill wins. Game over. Victory.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's your boy Jordy Jordan, and we're going to do a little Bioshock Infinite tips and tricks here today. I'm going to show you one of the things I used to beat the game on hard mode, and I feel like it's just not that obvious, so I'm going to go ahead and put it out there for everybody, so maybe they can use it once they get access to it. About 30-40% of the game, you get access to a ability that looks kind of like an octopus. A little bit longer in the game, you get to unlock a second ability that allows the main ability of this I think they're called Vigor, to unleash itself. So let's go ahead and show you some key footage of this Vigor unleashing itself and how you can work it. When you first get this thing, you're only going to try to pull 1 or 2 people. So this is a little bit later in the game. As you see right there in the bottom left, there's the octopus thing. What you want to do is you want to hold it down like you're setting up a trap for all your other Vigors. Just hold it, and I'll show you exactly what it looks like right here in a second. I think, my guys, here it comes. Alright, see his little hand pulsating? Actually, I think I'm going to call Songbird in here. Yeah. You notice the water? You grab 1, 2. What you can do is you can wave that thing and grab 3 people. And if you have a really strong powered up shotgun, you can very easily pull 2 to 3 people to you every time. This allows you to use cover and basically pan over the entire stage and makes most of the game mediocre after that point. The skill level drops dramatically just using this tactic. But what if you get caught off guard? What other Vigors are there? What's some other combinations that they used? Well, I really like Murder of Ravens. Murder of Ravens, when you first get it, creates just a little single Raven bomb. But after you upgrade Murder of Ravens a little bit really early in the game, you get it so that it pretty much just jumps from person to person, as you'll see right here. They set off Murder of Ravens. Now it's pretty much stun locked everybody on the map for a good 10 to 15 seconds. I mean, just look at it. These guys are getting destroyed. It does probably 300 or 400 damage, basically a shotgun blast to everybody. What the big perk to it though is it stuns everybody on stage, and it jumps enemies to enemies. It's a very cool tool. It can save your butt if you get caught off guard, or if you're out of ammo and you need to melee everybody on the screen. These are just some of the tips that I used on Bioshock. If you found these helpful, leave a like rating. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and subscribe. It's been your boy Wings of Redemption, and I'm outie 5000. Peace, pimps. Well, hello everybody, it's your boy Wings of Redemption. This is going to be a really short video today, but I wanted to talk about a subject I seen on the news just yesterday, and I felt like I'd just throw it over some Call of Duty gameplay and just get it out there. Gay marriage. Well, for those you don't know, the Supreme Court are actually doing a meeting or a court date or whatever the hell they call it. I don't know what they called it. They're basically meeting about the gay marriage, maybe putting it into effect that people of homosexual tendencies can be married and have all the benefits of a married person. And I've seen some of the most stupid, asinine comments out there. There's just one that stood out in particular. It's in my mind right now. A judge went and said this comment. He goes, to deem something unconstitutional because of the rights of being married or redoing the bounds of being married, that sociologists have brought to my attention that a person within 2 of the same sex in a family of 2 people of the same sex marriage, like say for adoption, because if you allow 2 gay people to marry, you can allow 2 gay people to adopt, that it is harmful to the child. This is their defense. It's harmful to the child to be put into an environment that have 2 of the same sex parents, be it either 2 women or 2 men. And I'm looking at this flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. I don't even use the word flabbergasted, and that's the only word I could find that described the way I was looking when I was reading this on the I was hearing this on the news channel. And I was sitting there thinking, man, this is why our court system's fucked up. This is why we have shitty laws. This is why there's speed traps right here. This line of thinking right there. Dude, what does it fucking matter if 2 guys raise a boy or if 2 girls raise a boy? I'm one of those people that have a strong belief that being a homosexual is something that you're born into. You have a chemical imbalance in your brain, and you're just born that way. A buddy of mine, his name's Bradley. I remember him I remember him as a baby. He was perfectly fine. But as soon as he turned 5 or 6, you could tell he had a little bit of fruit in the gas tank. I mean, it just happens that way. There was nothing to influence him. He just was more feminine than others. Another guy I grew up with named Kyle. But not the Kyle you guys know. It was another Kyle. He was the same way. You could tell at an early age of playing with him that his toys were somewhat different than my toys. Like when I went home, I didn't have Barbies. He did. And this is just what it is. I mean, people are born gay. That's not a lifestyle choice. I mean, you could be a lifestyle choice to pretend that you're not gay. Some people do that. But the idea is there. You can't change who you are as a person. But anyway, first thing I thought about was like, alright, so sociologists, these people that deem what everything matters will make a child more harmful. But let's use those sociologists for us. What about all the people that grow up without a father? They're more likely to go to jail. What about most of the people that grow up without a father or without a mother that turn out perfectly fine? What about all the people that grow up without a father that don't go to jail? What about all the people that grew up without a mother that don't turn out to be scumbags? The fact is, you're looking at a populace of maybe 10% and trying to justify the effects in trying to put order where no order actually is. You're trying to put order out of chaos. And even like if you boil a pot of water, you'll understand that not everything works the way you predict it to work. Water looks like there's a reason why the bubbles go a certain way. But we learn that there's no reason whatsoever. The chance that a child is going to go to prison because they have just a mother or no father figure is probably around the same chance as a person that becomes a serial killer with 2 loving parents. It is fucking ridiculous that you would even come to the conclusion that you shouldn't allow 2 people a bond. And at this point, marriage is nothing more than a tax break and a couple other things. A bond between 2 people. For the main reason, why do gays want to get married? I've asked this question myself, and I got the answer myself. So I was thinking, like, why would you want to be married, which is a religious ceremony, in a religion that doesn't want you a part of it? Well, to be perfectly honest, why they want to get married is so they could, so their partner, their lover, or whatever you want to call it, could actually make decisions on their life. They can get power of attorney. Say one gets in a car wreck and the other one can actually have somebody to choose if he's going to live or die or things like that, or they can leave estates to it. In any other reasons, they can't do it. Let them get married. It hurts nobody. If you're a fool and think that the sanctity of marriage is anything more than a tax break, you're a fool. Plain and simple. And if you're worried about being gays taking over, have you noticed how many people are on this earth? There's 314 million in the United States alone. There's like 6 billion in the whole world. We're not dire straits of not being able to repopulate. Plenty of people still love the pussy. I don't know. Let the gay guys get married. Let the gay girls get married. Quit worrying and stereotyping and trying to isolate these people like they're these monsters that come out at night. It's ridiculous. It's been your boy. Why, hello everyone. It's your boy Jordy Jordan, and I'm bringing you another controversial commentary today over some Call of Duty gameplay. What I would like to talk about today is actually something I've actually wondered myself. I was recently reading a paper, and in this paper it goes to explain that humans may be getting dumber. And you think, man, Jordy, why are humans getting dumber? Well, let's look at it this way. Let's go back 25 years. It was 1987, and most people back in the day would have to look at an encyclopedia. I'm putting a picture of the encyclopedia up mainly because this might be something this generation has never seen. Encyclopedia was a series of books that would have all the facts that Google now has at your fingertips. That's why I've always said Google is the strongest weapon in the world. You have access to unlimited knowledge. And how do most people choose to use it? Well, they choose to use it for looking at porn. But people are people. Not everybody has ambition, drive, and goals. But Why are people getting stupid or more stupid? Here's the basis behind this idea. Let's go back even further. Let's go back to caveman times. During the time of the caveman, if you failed at something, mainly the important things in life, hunting, gathering, food, supply, shelter, if you failed at these things, there was a good chance that you would die. There was no second chance, no other opportunities, and a lot of people did die. You ever see those pictures of the desert, like on these Man vs. Wild shows, Survivor Man? They always want to do that pan off to that, deer or that antelope or that cow or whatever it might be that died, and you see its skull laying in the sand. Everyone that you ever will watch will have this shot, and that shot is what I like to call the shot of stupidity. That was the animal that ventured too far away from water. That was the animal that couldn't find food. That was the animal that maybe had a series of bad events that ended up into his untimely demise. In humans, this was a realistic scenario back in the day. There wasn't a Big Mac or a McDonald's or a Pizza Hut ready to bring food to you. No. What it had was you had to go hunt the food, capture the food, kill the food, and use calories conservatively. Just this morning, I was having me a bowl of cornflakes. And those cornflakes on the bottle of milk, it was the My Essentials whole milk. On the bottle of milk, it goes, only 150 calories per serving. And the first thing I thought about was only. Man, how far have we come? Because back in the day, during the caveman and the hunter-gatherer, the nomad times, calorie hoarding was a good thing. If you had 4 Big Macs, you eat all 4 Big Macs. This is just an example. But nowadays, people try to eat as little calories as possible so they can eat more often in the day. And there's science behind it and all this other stuff. And a lot of people tell you what you should have and what you shouldn't do. Like, my girlfriend's sister always tells her how to eat. And she tells her these, pretty much derived myths on eating and dieting. And I sit there and I say nothing. I mean, I've heard them all. I've had so many experts talk to me about it. It's ridiculous. I'm overweight. I am. But the level of expertise I've gotten, advice from personal trainers, advice from dietologists, advice from people in the diet and humanitarian field of eating. I've gotten people that are bodybuilders. I've gotten people that are personal trainers. I've gotten a lot of professional advice on how to lose weight. And most of them agree. Well, I can pretty much decipher the myths from the realities. Let's not even go into that part. But only. Calorie hoarding was a good thing because you never knew when the next meal was going to happen. That's just like snakes. Snakes don't eat for a long period of time because they don't really burn a lot of calories. What a snake will do is he'll eat a huge meal and then just sit on it. A bear will eat a lot of calories, nuts, berries, fish, trout, and then go hibernate to not burn calories. That's how they get through the winter months. Humans, they store. They make crops. They put stuff away. They get through the winter months. Everything is getting through the winter months. Nowadays, everything's about not eating calories, staying in shape, 0% body fat. I've always wondered, why do people strive for 0% body fat? 0% body fat's bad. I mean, I guess you can live in these day and times with 0% body fat and be perfectly normal because clothes are so abundant and there's heaters and all these other sources. But 0% body fat in the wild is horrible for you because body fat is actually insulation. It keeps your body heat in. And your body's very ineffective at actually keeping itself alive. Think about it. If we didn't take things into consideration, let's say we had to sleep out in the Antarctic without clothes. We wouldn't make it. We would die. But the polar bear can do it because his body self-insulates. He's got a lot of fat on him. He's got a lot of fur. And he stays warm. Think about the reason we have the gun. Think about it. Why do we have the gun? Because we're not gifted with muscle. A gorilla can pick a car up. We can barely pick 50 pounds up over and over again. A bear, sling us about. Break down trees. running into a tree can kill us. So the only weapon we have is our brain. So we have to use it in that situation. But are humans getting dumber? I kind of got sidetracked here. If a Wall Street executive was to fail, we're going back to the caveman idea here. The caveman fails at gathering food, he ends up starving to death. His clan ends up starving to death. But if a CEO or a Wall Street guy fails at his job, let's say he has, I don't know, allotted $2 million, and he fails. Well, no, let's just go a little bit further. This is a gaming channel. Let's say the COO of EA fails at his job. His company comes up twice as the worst gaming company in history. Everybody's like, oh, you gotta go. You're failing. You're not working out for us. We need to get somebody that has a better brain and more fresh ideas in your spot. You have failed at your hunting and gathering duties this year. So he has failed. Death is not the outcome for this man. It isn't. There's no punishment. You know what the outcome for this man is? He gets a fat bonus in a severance package. And it's like, wow, fat bonus and severance package. So a lot of the consequences have gone away. And like a lot of people don't even accept blame for them anymore. Let's go back. Let's go to where I am. I'm overweight. I am morbidly obese. And most people my size will not accept responsibility for it. They'll go, oh, McDonald's got me fat. Oh, this thing happened. Oh, I have a gland problem. How many times I've heard that stupid gland problem? I have skinny people look at me like, oh, you should go get checked for your thyroid. Bitch, my thyroids ain't the problem. Me not moving and eating is the problem. I know where the weight came from. That's not the mystery. The mystery is like, why are you trying to give me a scapegoat when there's no scapegoat needed? I eat too damn much. I enjoy eating. It's something I enjoy doing. It's something that I have to fight through not to do. It's like an alcoholic. An alcoholic enjoys drinking. He doesn't care that the drinking is killing him. He enjoys it more than in. It's a person that's just impatient. Which is kind of odd for me because I don't really consider myself an impatient person. But I kind of am in that aspect of I'd rather indulge in the eat and drink at that time than look forward to the future benefits. So you might say, Wings, this commentary is kind of long-winded and you haven't really explained why people are getting more stupid. Well, I gave the basis of why people are getting more stupid. There's more stuff handed to you. There's less actual critical thinking. Think about every time you go to a job and the first thing a person does is stand behind you and wait to be told to do something. Think about going to a GameStop and you see a guy standing behind a counter staring off into space. He's not fronting shelf, he's not marking up product, he's not vacuuming. He's going to go nowhere, but he doesn't really care because he's not making enough money. But it doesn't dawn upon him that making money actually takes, a little bit of perseverance and a little bit of, drive. You got to want to make money. You can't just sit there and hope money comes to you. But my idea is like there's less critical thinking in the world. You don't have to really think about anything. You don't have to think about, is this food bad for me? They'll tell you on the label, is the food bad for you? Is this, nowadays cash registers do all the math for you. Back in the day, you had to do all the math of every cell by hand. There's all kinds of professions that are more ergonomic. Do you think that's making us dumber or more smart? Let me know in the comment section. And if you like this video, please leave a rating. Why, hello my friends. I'm Wings of Redemption and I make YouTube videos and I put them on the internet. This gameplay is from my brother and it's a multi-team gameplay and I think he's playing Hardpoint. But I wanted to talk about all the drama and beef that's been going on lately. I haven't been following the Woody and Thunder situation very well. Haven't been following it very well at all. Main reason, I don't really care about YouTube drama, to be personally honest. I know a lot of people kind of understand it because it's kind of like watching your favorite TV show fight amongst each other. But for me, YouTube drama has always been the worst part of YouTube. It might seem like, I was always one of the guys right in the forefront of drama. And that's true because of one fact and one fact alone, that I've always been taught to stand up what I believe in. And if somebody's, talking yang, I'm going to go and put my 2 cents in. Other people are like this, and other people kind of shine in the same aspect. Hutch would be one of these people, just as an example of somebody that
really wants their opinion out there, regardless of what other people think. So that's how I've always gotten all this drama. I mean, a lot of people would even go to so far as say that my channel was founded off of YouTube drama, and that's not really the case. I guess it did help me along, but my original intention was never to tick Hutch off and try to gain subscribers or anything like that. My goal when I first started this was just to make entertaining gameplay that wasn't sniper based, and I did that. And and part of challenging things was to challenge the other channels that were snipers, and stuff like that. It doesn't matter. But let's talk about this whole drama thing. I mean, anybody that's followed me on Twitter seen that me and El Prestor kind of got into it today, and a lot of that is just speculation and stuff like that. I've been watching El Prestor on Twitter for the last 2 weeks. He's been going on this I'm above all you nerds kind of thing the whole time, and it's like, dude, seriously, it's so played out. You want to sit there and call people nerds because they enjoy video games, while at the same time you can recite the stats of LeBron James' basketball card by heart. I mean, you're a nerd too, but just with a different aspect. I mean, just because you like football more than you like Gears of War doesn't make you anything less of a nerd. You just have a preference. That's all it is. And it's a shame to see you trying to down people and pretend that you're bigger and badder than them because of that. And then you want to jump on me in the Twitter box talking about that I'm fat and my girlfriend looks like a bull dyke and stuff like that. Well, at least I have a girlfriend, dude. That's the whole point. I mean, you've been on YouTube just about as long as I have. You came on the scene a little bit later in the gaming scene. You were on the scene before I was with the Xbox versus PS3 thing. And even then, you've never had a girlfriend. You've never had any kind of significant other. From what I can tell, you've always lived by yourself in a small apartment. I mean, and what that means to me is that you don't know what it feels like to love someone. But that's just my opinions on El Presador. I mean, the guy just seems lonely. It's not that it's this horrible thing. He just seems lonely. He just won't admit it. It's like somebody being afraid and they're cussing instead of, admitting that they're afraid. There's nothing wrong with being afraid. There's a lot of things to be afraid of in life. Snakes, dying, taxes. I mean, there's tons of stuff to be afraid of. You don't have to put up this front. You're not any less of a man because you have emotions. Every man in this world has emotion of some sort. And in my book, you're only truly dead when you become emotionless. And that's just my saying. So let's talk about El Presor, since he plays a key role in the Woody and Thunder thing. Thunder Toro. I've known Thunder longer than I've known Woody. Thunder has always been the kind of guy that he showed a lot of support to my channel when he was, a regular viewer. I tried to help him. I helped him out when his girlfriend deleted his channel back in the day. I helped him out before his girlfriend deleted his channel. I helped pull him through. Well, I didn't help him single-handedly. The man had some of his own destiny in his hands too. But I attempted to help pull him through the time after his girlfriend deleted his channel. He was going to quit altogether because at the end of the day, you don't really do YouTube for you for the most part. You do it for other people. You do it for the fans. You do it for people that want to, you do it for the love, to be perfectly honest. That's what I continually do it for. The money is not keeping me in YouTube at this point. I mean, the money can come or go as far as I care. I've never made bukus of money. I've usually just made what an average person would make at a job doing YouTube. And it seems like I do stress a lot when I do this kind of stuff but I'm a worrywart as a natural person. I like to classify the idea of living off 40% of what you make. And when a paycheck comes in and I can't live off 45% of it, I feel like, the machine is falling down around my feet and stuff like that. So I stress a little bit on that. I've always been a stressor. It's just part of me that my mother kind of instilled into me. But when you bring stuff into it, like I just did a while ago with El Prestador, talking about him being lonely and stuff. Going to that level it is a no-no zone. It's tasteless. It's not very cool. It's something that's for private conversation. Now, I went there because he certainly has shown he's willing to go there in multiple lengths. Like this whole Woody and Thunder thing came from Woody being a father. Woody has a son named Colin, and because Woody has opted to share, some of Colin's experience, so maybe other people that might have autistic child. Remember, not everybody that watches these videos are age 12. Some people are brand new fathers that might be having children with autism. So Woody opted to put his life and his, experience with autism out there. And you can't dictate what a child does. Children are naturally inquisitive. And if they did something that you would determine, homosexual or something like that, remember, he most likely doesn't know what right or wrong is in that area. I mean, first off, he's autistic. Second off, he struggles with the, speaking clean English all the time. He has trouble speaking. So why would you even dictate or try to brand a kid sexually because of that? That's like touching a snake when you don't know no better, or touching a pipe not realizing it was going to be hot, especially when there's no warning signs on it. People do it all the time. Why do you think there is warning labels on stuff like hair dryers? Because people naturally try to blow their hair in the water and got electrocuted to death for it. I mean, learning from the past is one way that we stay present in today. And I think it's just really cool that you do things like this. Do I enjoy YouTube drama? No. Do I gain anything from YouTube drama? Very little. I mean, the views might go up on like one, maybe two videos. But seriously, most of those views are mobile. You don't get paid for mobile views. So it doesn't help you out any. I mean, for the most part, YouTube drama hurts a channel. Look at every channel that tries to grow off YouTube drama. I'm not even going to name channels at this point. But just look at all the channels that try to grow off bashing other people. Then go look and see that they never really grow to begin with. And that's just the point I'm going to try to say. What is my opinion on the Thunder Woody thing, or Wings versus El Prestador thing? I don't care. I honestly don't. I mean, I'm slowly but surely going back to my roots in video games, playing video games for fun, challenging my friends to gamer score competitions, trying to be good at multiple video games. I used to take pride at how good I was at multiple video games, and I kind of forgotten that joy over the last 3 years of playing only Call of Duty. And I know it kind of seems like it sucks and some people are let down that all you see is Call of Duty, but I'm hoping I can grow as a commentator. I'm never going to be a fun guy because I'm not that kind of dude. I'm not the kind of guy that go, wow, look at that rock. It's just not me. This is me, a legitimate guy that enjoys playing video games, that loves hanging out and playing co-op on video games, and loves to challenge himself. I love breaking down something methodically. But that's all I have for you today. What's up, everybody? Welcome to Chaos Theories. As always, we have our host with the most, Mr. Chaos Math, the turd cutter connoisseur. And today we're going to be doing Oak Island of Nova Scotia. What's so special about Oak Island is the location of the Money Pit.
The Money Pit. No, that's not the 80s movie with Tom Hanks, but
that was a good movie.
That was a pretty good movie. It was one of those stupid 80 movies you just watch like 2 or 3 times on Saturday mornings, Anyway, treasure chests, gold.
Why did pirates bury the treasure chest? That's the opening question.
Dude, it's pretty stupid. I mean, how are they going to get back to the treasure and dig it up? Like, it's like 200 feet under the beach, and nobody's going to follow your ship to get it. I mean, as much gold as they have, it's not like you can take a little rowboat. Gold's pretty heavy
I think we should lay
stuff.
the foundation what the Money Pit is. Money Pit's basically an elaborate pit set up, and hopefully it houses treasure at the bottom of the pit. But it was dug with such engineering skill and craftsmanship that even today we can't get what's at the bottom of the pit out.
Which is sort of tragically stupid if you think about it. Like,
well, you can say it's tragically stupid, but you can also look on the other side of it. It is a testament of how humans were smarter than we thought they are.
I know, but doesn't any of the ingenuity in the defense mechanisms of this buried treasure get erased by the fact that you can't get to your own shit again?
I was wondering the same thing. Like, pirates' gold. Would a pirate be smart enough to do this? No. And how would you retrieve it again? The idea of getting something, well, the idea of wealth is so that you can keep wealth. You want to retain wealth. You don't want to have wealth. Be like, yeah, dog, I'm gonna buy this house, but I go unbury my treasure out my elaborate trap. Arr. You know, it just didn't work that way. You had to be able to get it easily. You put a rock over it. You made a symbol on the rock or something like that, and you went and dug your treasure up. You don't make the Atlantic Ocean pour into your hole after you get a certain feet down.
Well, yeah, there has to be some sort of, crazy reason why they did it. Like, they had a stolen ship and people found out about it, so they had to scuttle it. So they buried all their loot before they scuttled the ship. Yeah, that sort of stuff. But just getting back to the Oak Island. They had to plan it out. They had to. It wouldn't be easy to bury.
2 or 3 months of labor put into this thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it would take a lot of effort to get it under there. It would take a lot of cooperative effort. So if you're hiding treasure, and there's just this one map and nobody else knows where it is, you need a whole team of motherfuckers out there digging up the beach if you're going to bury all this treasure. A lot of people are going to know about it. What do people do? They talk. Give me 500 doubloons and I'll tell you about, the treasure location, whatever sort. Most of them didn't have teeth. They didn't have legs. They probably do, they'd probably give up their secrets for a pretty small amount of money. So let's get to something like Oak Island, which is this elaborate giant, it turns into a sinkhole if you try to dig it up. Think of the coordinated effort it would have taken to bury this stuff. What's the motive?
I don't know what the motive is. That's the mystery of Oak Island. The fact is, it's not just earthen walls. It's not walls that can be took in by water. They've actually lined the walls with stone. And they put every 10 feet they put trees as a bridge marker to let you know you're still digging in the right place. And after you get so far down, I think it's 70 feet.
Yeah.
They found a stone in the actual thing that said, 40 feet below lies 2 million pounds.
2 million pounds. And this, when was this stone dug up?
This stone was dug up, 1861.
Okay, so it probably had been buried for at least 20 years, you think?
More than 20 years, because they first started digging in the hole in 1795.
1795. Okay, so in that case, you're probably looking at 2 million pounds worth in 17, right around the time of the Revolution, I guess.
Basically,
right?
A little after Revolution.
Yeah, so 2 million pounds back in the time of the Revolution would probably be, wow, that would be something cool to find, like that old of money. Wonder how much of it is around. I'm sure there's still some pound notes from that era.
Wouldn't it flood? Wouldn't it just dilute the market though? Wouldn't the treasure itself dilute itself because
I'm not sure.
All these rare coins now you're just giving me 2 million pounds worth of them.
I'm not sure if the UK would accept those pound notes as legal tender at this point.
I don't think he's.
Would they?
I don't think he actually means the British pounds. I think he means weight.
2 million pounds of gold?
Yes.
Okay. 2 million pounds of gold buried.
That would be $1 billion worth.
Well, we should be able to figure yeah, that's.
What's
gold? What's
done
gold?
in troy ounces, which is 15 ounces.
So what's gold going for per ounce right now? There you go. Clickety clackety. You can hear it, everybody.
Yep, I'm looking it up because I don't keep that on.
Right.
I don't keep that up.
So you're not an expert on
it's
currency rates right now.
It's right now as of Monday $1,591 per ounce.
So, per ounce. So
So we got to go. Let's go 1591 times 15 times 2 million.
I'm just imagining headshots while you're clacking math problems.
Let me isolate the zeros here.
I love it. I'm gonna drink some Jack Daniels right now while you look up this number. so that we can find out how much money we're talking about. This is an important thing.
$47.7 billion.
How much?
$47.7 billion.
Get the fuck out of here, really?
Dead serious. That's what 2 million pounds of gold would get you.
Wow. How many pounds is a gold brick?
I think those are 50-pound bricks.
I'm just gonna put you on math problems for the rest of that. I'm exercising your brain, Wings. I'm gonna.
You're not exercising my brain. I use a calculator a lot.
Why wouldn't you? At this point in life, why wouldn't you use the calculator?
Hey, I mean, I don't need a pen and paper no more. But whatever's down there, nobody knows. I mean, 2 million pounds is extravagant. I mean, who would even have the manpower to put that down there?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
It could be 2 million coins.
2 million coins. Why would they say pounds though? Are you sure it's not
It's translated. It's actually. Here's the strange part about it. The translation isn't in any language. It's based off an Edgar Allan Poe book.
Get out of here.
Dead serious. It's like triangles and shit, like an alien writing. And somebody deciphered it based off Edgar Allan Poe symbols in the book The Raven.
Really? Right. Wait a minute. But he was... Yeah, he lived in the 1800s. So if they found the stone... We're talking about right after the Revolution, that the stone predates Edgar Allan Poe by 40 years.
It could be some dead language that he used in the book.
The plot thickens. Clickety clack, there it goes. What are you chasing down now?
Yeah, he lived in the 1800s. I was just seeing when he was born, 1809 to 1849.
Yeah, that wasn't pre-Revolutionary War. That was way after that. So that's weird. The stone tablet that was dug up. When was it dug up?
1861.
Okay, interesting. So maybe somebody else got to this location and put the stone in there.
Maybe. I mean,
or like you're saying, maybe Edgar Allan Poe. Maybe he was part of the Illuminati.
Maybe he was part of the Illuminati.
Wait. I didn't say that.
Well, no, there's no Illuminati.
Yeah, just kidding.
No. Michelle will revoke our contracts.
I don't know what you're talking about. No idea what you're talking about right now.
But it doesn't matter. The tablets mysteriously disappeared at this point, so that's a.
So there's no picture.
There is a picture.
There's a picture of the tablet.
You love my keyboard, don't you?
Well, it does give the audience a sense of being right there, as Wings of Redemption has his fucking sleuth hat on.
Here's a picture of the tablet for you.
Do you have a big plaid sleuth hat on right now and a pipe? Wait, what is this? He sent me a link. Stone tablet. Whoa, the money pit. That's a pretty high resolution picture.
It is a pretty high. I was thinking the same thing. It's 800 by 533. It's obviously a replica's tablet. This one is. But they're basically based it off pictures. I can show you the actual pictures they had taken from 1900 cameras.
Because that's pretty good for flash photography.
Flash photography, yeah. The pictures from the 1900 cameras kind of suck.
This is fucking high definition image right here. This looks pretty damn good. Oh boy!
No wonder they went bankrupt.
I'm starting to get a whiff of the bullshit already.
But no, there is actual pictures of the 1900 cameras with flash photography that took pictures of the stone.
Oh, there are.
If you actually watched that documentary I sent you, you would know this.
Wait a minute. If there is, then why did you just send me some sort of fake ass high definition?
Because it was clear, so you could obviously see the symbols.
I want to see the real picture. I want to see the genuine article, or else I don't believe anything yet. There's no proof of. This is all a bunch of tall tales that pirates told, and
I don't want to go clickety clacky no more.
No, don't clickety clack. But I mean, don't you think it's weird that this goes all the way back to right after the Revolutionary War, all the way up into the 60s, and there's no evidence of anything? I mean, plenty of people said they found stuff, but is there any actual evidence after 200 years of
the pit's there? Why would somebody dig a pit that's 100 feet deep for no reason?
It could be a sinkhole.
It's not a sinkhole. It has actual stone in the pit, lining it to keep the water out. It has traps in the beaches surrounding it.
All right, so it's lined with stone, you're saying?
It's lined with stone.
So why can't they fucking pump the damn thing out?
Because at the bottom of it, toward around 78 feet, I think, they actually have a trap. So once you move the trees at 78 feet,
yeah,
it breaks the seal of water on the ocean, and the ocean fills the hole up with water.
Yeah.
And they actually have 4 chambers built into the beach underneath it that feed this.
There's no way some fucking pirate did that.
And these are proved. This is proven. This is like not fake and fictional. These are actually there. Like here's a so I can,
again, it's just a motive I can't understand. Like the more complex you make it sound, the more unlikely it seems. Like how long it would have taken to do this, right?
It would have took a long time.
Just to bury some money? Like it sounds like, I mean, if you go back in time, it's not like they had, cranes and...
Here's a computer image of the feed system.
Let me look at this. Smith Cove Dam, 5 Beach Filtering Systems, Oak Island. So what is that?
It's 5 system trenches that were dug underground, subterranean,
wow. Okay.
to the Atlantic Ocean to feed into the Oak Island tunnel. So when those trees were disturbed, it would pump exactly 600 gallons a second into the tunnel.
That's crazy. That's like an Indiana Jones trap from Temple of Doom.
And it makes you wonder, like, is there something down there? Nobody designed something this elaborate without protecting something very serious.
I guess what's weird about it is how much man-made looking stuff. Like part of what they say is there's like coconut, right? There's coconut fibers and coconut trees and shit like that, right?
Right.
So it was brought from tropical climate on a boat up there to help construct this thing. So I think you can kind of rule out any kind of paranormal influence.
This was human made.
Right, so it's completely human-made. It would have, so it required people sailing up from the Caribbean all the way up to Nova Scotia, which is a pretty long ride, and bringing wood up there so they could create this pit to hide a bunch of gold. It's very, very strange. Like, it's just the motive. It
makes you think that there's something could be down there, though.
Like what? Though.
Maybe 2 million gold doubloons.
Like, why would you go bury it on the other side of the world?
That's the question we ask ourselves. Why would they bury this treasure and never come back and get it? Is there a secret? Is there a bag of sand for this trap that we haven't found yet?
Yeah, well, it's the weird thing about it is not only did they make the trap itself, but just the location of where they put the money in reference to where it seems like they came from, which was the Caribbean, especially if you think of piracy. And I mean, the kind of pirates that you had in the North Atlantic were definitely a different breed than...
There is another motive other than treasure that people throw out there.
What?
It could be a tomb for a leader.
For a leader?
Yeah, like he's buried there.
Who?
I don't know.
What civilization? Do you at least...
That's just something they go through over that documentary I sent you.
Wonder what what would the likely civilization be? How old? As you wonder. I mean, there's been boats for a long time, so there's been people who have been able to do pretty good navigating their way through the water with the stars and stuff for a long, long time. So like the time period that we could pull into this, it goes way, way back. All you needed was somebody to be able to have a boat to go from the Caribbean up to Nova Scotia. So, this could go way, way, way back before, the 1700s.
Well, it has to go back before 1795 because somebody had to build the bitch.
Well, this is, for me, it seems more likely this was early 1600s?
Maybe. I mean, it was obviously clearly marked because the boy who found it first was like 18. He wasn't even looking for it.
Yeah. What did he find? What clued him in?
It was like a piece of clothing or something hanging off a tree that was just odd color hanging right over it.
A piece of clothing?
Yes.
Well, that doesn't make any sense. What kind of excuse me, what kind of clothing would be able to withstand erosion
Well,
near the ocean in Nova Scotia over hundreds of years?
that's what. And the thing, it was like a piece of purple clothing or cloth.
That's crazy.
That's what clued him in, and he just started digging because the ground looked disturbed, and he found the tree trunks.
This is bizarre. This is weird.
Why do you think I picked it?
This
This is the first chaos theory that's 100% man-made, that we only can speculate what's at the bottom.
Yeah, I have no idea. I kind of like it just for the fact that I can't even come up with a likely scenario for it. I mean, of course, there's the likelihood that it's. I don't know. Like you're showing me this, filtering system. I mean, is that confirmed?
That's confirmed. They actually dug those up.
So why don't they, instead of digging down, why don't they
Try to plug up the filtering system?
Yeah.
And pumps up the hole? They've tried that.
Well, and it didn't work?
Well, I have to actually look up here, and I feel unprofessional looking here.
Damn it, Wings, you're not studied up on your conspiracy theories?
I think some people died when they were doing it. Or they ran out of money.
They ran out of money. That's probably it. Like, sorry, funding's over.
I mean, it's supposed to be funny because it's called the Money Pit, but like, they literally
Right.
ran out of money to fund the expedition.
And nobody else picked up on it. Sort of like Al Capone's vault. Like, yeah, it's just a bunch of garbage. Do you remember that? Did you watch that? You're probably too young for that. Oh, I just aged myself. So in the 80s, I think it was like 83, Geraldo Rivera did a live TV special where they were digging up Al Capone's vault. It went on for like 2 hours. And, they would show all this sort of, documentary footage and then they would cut live to him and it'd be like a bulldozer, like digging up a bunch of garbage and dirt, underneath Chicago. Supposedly they were on the way to Al Capone's vault. And, the whole live 2 hour show went by and at the end he just kind of looked at the camera and he shrugged and he was like, I'm sorry, all we found was garbage, but thanks for tuning in. So
That's something I would have tuned into, though. I bet that got big ratings.
It did. Everybody watched it. I think Miami Vice was on right after, so it's, a no-brainer. But what better way to spend your Friday night?
Cha-ching!
Yeah, but that's what this kind of sounds like it could end up being is like, yeah, you're spending millions and millions of dollars, like, and then you get down there and there's like, all right, so say you spent $6 million excavating this fucking pit. And then you get down there and there's like $1 million worth of gold.
There's like a bag with like just a sack full of gold doubloons.
Yeah, so you just like, there's like one bag of gold doubloons, you know what I mean? Like, one fucking bag, like, really?
You throw the bitches in the ocean out of frustration.
Yeah. Or what's that? But, I don't know, I'd want it to be more interesting. Like, you get down there and it's like, there's this, sealed sarcophagus, and you open it, and it's like, psh, and there's like, I don't know, a box of Hot Pockets in there. Mind blown.
How about maybe it's a tomb of an alien priest?
An alien priest.
Yeah, that would be nice. That would be tight. Like, you have the staff, like the Predators would have and stuff, and he's just like all mummified and shit. He's got a gold coffin.
I like that idea, that it's the entrance to one of those Predator training camps.
Yeah. We have a movie sequel of it out then.
Yeah, like they found the second, what was it, Alien versus Predator? Did you see that movie?
I've seen it, yeah.
That was bad, but I liked the idea that, it was this sort of training exercise ground that they put up to let the aliens go so you could go there and practice your skills. Maybe that's it.
They made the Predators made it as a burial at sea for a Predator priest.
There you go. Burial at sea.
What do you guys think about the Money Pit? I'm going to leave the documentary that I've talked about a couple of times in the description of this video, if you would like to check it out for a more in-depth look at Oak Island. As always, if you could please rate and subscribe to the channel. And while you're subscribing, Mood, subscribe to Chaos Math too. He has a YouTube channel.
I do?
Yes.
Hey, no, you're right. I do. I totally have a YouTube channel. Yeah. Stop on by and say hello, guys.
Feel free to let us know what you'd like to see on Chaos Theories. As always, it's been your boy Wings of Redemption.
Later, people.
I think that one went pretty well. That was more of a laid back one.
I like that though. It was more shooting the shit, kicking it old school. Do you want to do a quick what if, or do you want to go to bed?
We can do a what if. Let me grab this file though.
All right.